Congratulations, you've finally discovered your love for photography and now you want to buy your very first camera. But which one do you get? Do you need all the fangle-dangle buttons and features, or do you just need a simple camera? Well, I'm here to help you decide which one is best for you, so stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Liz and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here and you're interested in getting free photography tips every week, please consider subscribing. There are so many cameras to choose from these days and they're all so similar yet different, so it can be a very daunting and time-consuming process when trying to find the best camera for you. So to start off today's video, we're going to go back to the basics and discuss the two types of cameras that are often tossed up between, and they are the mirrorless cameras and the DSLR cameras. The difference between those two types of cameras is that mirrorless cameras are generally lighter and they are more compact, and they tend to be better cameras for shooting videos. However, they have less lenses available on the market, and as the name states, mirrorless cameras don't contain mirrors, so the light hits the lens, which then goes into the image sensor. Essentially, they work the same as a smartphone camera, and they also use an electronic viewfinder, which is made up of an LCD. Whereas DSLR cameras use an optical viewfinder, which is a live view of what your camera is pointing at, and when you press the shutter button, it uses a mirror to reflect the image onto the image sensor. Basically, this is the main difference between the mirrorless and DSLR cameras, so the way in which the image is transferred into the viewfinder. However, because of this, it can also affect the way your camera performs when taking photos and videos. For example, DSLRs are known for having a better battery life as well as having better autofocus technology, especially with regards to its autofocus speed when taking photographs. But not videos, as some of its autofocus features are actually disabled when recording in live view, meaning that the camera is constantly focusing to and fro trying to zero in. But this is where mirrorless cameras have the higher advantage, as they have better autofocus when filming video. In saying that, the technology with the mirrorless cameras is constantly getting better, and the gap between the autofocus technology of the DSLR and the mirrorless cameras is actually getting smaller and smaller. So I guess it really depends on what you find important when it comes to choosing your first camera. To be honest, I'd recommend deciding on what you plan on doing with the camera first, and then researching the different cameras to see what features they offer and see if this will be suitable for what you want to photograph. Some tips to help point you in the right direction is, if you don't mind that DSLRs are chunky yet easier to handle and hold, you like the variety of the lenses on the market, and you need something that's affordable with a longer battery life, then DSLRs are the way to go. But if you need something that's small and compact and you don't see yourself changing the lenses all that often, or your main focus is shooting video or even a bit of both, the mirrorless cameras are the best for you, but you'll have to be willing to spend a bit more money. Okay, so now we're moving on to the actual functions of the camera, but as the title of this video states, I'm helping you choose the best DSLR camera for you. So from here on in, I'll only be discussing DSLR cameras, and the main two that I'll be focusing on in particular are the Nikon D3500, or the latest one, which is the D3500, or the Nikon D5600. If you've never picked up a camera before in your life, or you have very basic photography skills, then hands down the Nikon D3500 is the best camera for you, especially to start off with. The D3400 was actually the very first DSLR camera that I owned, and it was brilliant to learn on because there weren't many functions to cause confusion, and overall it was very simple to use. The only issue with it now though is that as my photography skills have progressed, I now feel that I need more functions to be able to do the style of photography that I would like. For example, with night photography, I need an intervalometer, which is an external device which can be plugged into your camera, and it helps you take a number of long exposure photos over a period of time. However, with the Nikon D3400, it does not have the output connection for you to be able to plug in an intervalometer, nor does it have one built in. So for examples such as this, you are limited with how you can use your camera to photograph what you want. That being said though, there's not many limitations with the D3400, so you can still take a lot of amazing shots with it. It's just if you really want to start getting more creative and want the ability to plug in external devices into your camera, i.e. like microphones or like the example I just gave with an intervalometer, it's not possible because there's no audio or AV connectors. But if you're not worried about those features because you never plan on using it, then the D3500 would be the best camera for you. If you do see yourself wanting to use those features, whether it be now or in the future as you get better with your photography skills, then maybe the best DSLR for you to start off with would be the Nikon D5600. The D5600 does have an audio jack and an AV connector, so you can connect external devices such as a microphone, and it also has a built-in intervalometer, which is super handy. If you go onto the Nikon website, you can actually do a comparison between the different cameras, and as you can see here, there's actually not a lot of difference between the D3500 and the D5600, except for a few things, such as the D5600 has more shooting modes available. It has more flexibility with active D lighting, it has better autofocus with 39 focus points compared to the 11 focus points that the D3400 has. The D5600 has a more advanced built-in flash, and it can do time-lapse movies, and the monitor has an angled touchscreen which can be moved and flipped to view from different angles of the camera. Other than that, they are either exactly the same or have very close similarities between the features. So again, it really depends on what you decide you want to use your camera for and what features you feel you need. And like I said before, if you're happy with photographing things where you don't need external devices to take photos and videos, then the D3500 is perfect for you. But if you do see yourself wanting to use those features, then I'd recommend starting off with the D5600. Personally, as well as the D3400, I also have a D5100, which is just a much older version of the D5600. I like to switch between the two cameras depending on what I'm shooting. If I'm traveling and I need something light, I'll use the D3400. But if I'm filming and I need to plug in a microphone, for example when I'm filming the YouTube channel, then I'll use the D5100. I could honestly do everything I need with just the D5100, but the only reason why I've kept the D3400 is so I have a camera to use while I'm filming these videos. Otherwise, I would have gotten rid of it ages ago when I got the D5100. Alright guys, I hope this video has helped give you some direction with deciding which camera is best for beginners. So now you can go off and do your own research and really find the DSLR camera that suits your needs. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to pop any questions you have in the comments below. Thanks guys, and I'll see you all next Wednesday. Bye!